Good morning, everyone. Crazy Fish Farmer here. I just wanted to show everybody a car that was given to me. It's a little 87 Subaru GL, I believe. I've got to do some more research in it, and so I can educate myself on this motor and all that good stuff. Because there's a lot of different things on this motor. It kind of looks like a Volkswagen motor. The cylinders are kind of sideways instead of up in a V. But anyhow, it was given to me. It's been sitting up for about 2 years, but it runs pretty good. It needs some carburetor work done to it, and what I plan on doing is fixing all that stuff before I start building a vapor system or experimenting with hydrogen again. And how I found this car, I was actually running some ads for, you know, some junk small cars out there that, you know, had a 4-cylinder in it that was blown, that's standard, and all that good stuff. Something I could experiment with electric vehicle type stuff. But I decided against that. One reason, the money's not all that great right now, and well, you know, I need to continue the vapor stuff. I've had a lot of emails out there, people asking me to, you know, continue the experiments with the vapor stuff, and I plan to. It's just, you know, I was kind of waiting to get through winter. Winter's kind of tough around here because I don't have a garage big enough to pull all this stuff into and work on it. But this car here is really exciting for the simple fact that motor is very small. I mean, what you see right there, probably the motor's probably 1.5 feet wide, if that, and then it's long across the front of the car. So it's a very small little 4-cylinder. It reminds me of a Volkswagen motor or an airplane motor type situation. Anyhow, I got to do some research on the motor. I don't know too much about this motor, but what I'm excited about is when I pulled the tire out, they actually had a spare tire back here. And look at all that room I've got to build a vapor system, hydrogen system. I mean, we got plenty of space back here to experiment with. But ultimately, what I'm going to do with this is get it running good, get the carburetor straightened out, tear the carburetor off of it, rebuild it, get it running smooth, tune it up, and then do some road tests with it just to see what kind of gas mileage we get out of it right now. You know, like I said, this is something I can drive around in and, you know, really put it to the test. Now, as far as the vapor system goes, I've got some really good ideas. I've done quite a bit of research, and from all my experiments and all the emails that I've gotten from everybody out there, even some plans. People have drawn some plans for me, and from all that, I've got some really good ideas that I think are going to work really good, and I'll go over that in some more videos. But I'm not going to give up on the 66 Chevrolet truck. The reason I'd rather jump on this is because this is ready to go on the road. The 66 Chevrolet truck needs a lot of work to get it to that point where I can actually drive it on the road. But I'm still going to play with that, and you'll see me jumping in between these two vehicles with the vapor system, because the 66 Chevrolet truck will allow me to get a little closer and do some different experiments. That's ultimately what this is about. And yeah, at least this car here will allow me to get on the road and do some really good road tests. And this little car don't need too much work. I'm gonna pick you up and move you around if I keep this camera from shaking so much. Let's take it off the tripod here. Alright, the only bad thing about this little camera is it doesn't control the shakiness all that much, so it's kind of shaky whenever you move it. But this car is ultimately in really good shape. It's got 140,000 miles on it. I mean, even if I didn't do anything to the vapor system, I'm not quite sure what the mileage, the gas mileage on this is, but it's got to be pretty good. Yeah, it's a Subaru GL. And what's pretty amazing about what Subaru did in this vehicle, and I don't know about their other vehicles, but this is the first time I've gotten up close to one and actually looked at it. It's front wheel drive, but then it's 4-wheel drive. When you hit the button in there, it's got a really cool rear end in it that turns it into four-wheel drive once you press the button. So instead of going front-wheel drive or four-wheel drive by using the front wheels, it's using the back wheels to go into four-wheel drive. I don't know, it's just a little backwards from what I'm used to, but I thought it was kind of neat. So there you go. Get you up a little closer to everything. And like I said, I've got to learn this stuff. I got to figure out what's going on with this motor. Got a lot of different things on it that I'm not quite familiar with. Most of it's pretty standard. Now, I did replace the alternator. I lucked up and found one around here that actually worked. The alternator that was in it was just toast. The only thing I had to do is change the connector on it, but same alternator, same bracket system and everything, so kind of lucked up on that. The alternator's been bad for a while. I think it's hurt the battery, but that's okay. I've got another battery around here. But overall, this is going to be a really good vehicle to experiment with. I've just got to patch it up, get it right, get it on the road, give it some road tests, and then start designing and building a vapor system for it, and then do some more experimenting. Well, that's it for now. Please leave your comments. If anybody out there knows anything about this little car, definitely want to hear it, because I'm going to have to get a manual on it to just kind of learn what's going on in this car. But there you go, just an update, and we'll see you next time. Take care.